Aiming to deliver the same thrills as the full-fat ST hot hatch, but with a slightly lower cost and a little more sensibility, the Fiesta Red Edition is the latest in a range of fast and feisty Fords. Granted, the Fiesta is a pretty common sight on the roads, but this model manages to stand out with a racy body kit, large rear spoiler and this gorgeous red and black paint scheme. Along with its sister Black Edition, it certainly looks the part. So what's it like? Inside, Ford continues the smart look in red and black contrast, with both the steering wheel and the gearbox housing upholstered in black leather with red stitching. Even the front cup holders get illuminated in red light, which I have to say is a nice touch. In terms of comfort, the cloth sports seats cement you in place well, and they're a lot more livable than full-on bucket seats, though they can take a bit of adjustment just to get right. Standard kit is also pretty impressive. Based on the Zetec S trim, you get DAB digital radio, plus Bluetooth and air conditioning. There's also a 12-volt connection along with a USB slot for your mobile, while this test car also comes with cruise control for an extra £150, plus automatic lights and wipers. The only real problem that I have with the Fiesta range is the infotainment system. It just looks so incredibly dated, while the amount of buttons makes it really hard to use, particularly when you're on the road. Considering the Fiesta is Ford's best seller, it's a little confusing as to why exactly they still come with this, particularly when virtually all of its rivals, along with the rest of Ford's range, all come with slick touchscreens. Clambering into the back, things are generally as comfortable as they are up the front, though middle seat passengers might find themselves a little squashed in. Still, leg and headroom are both decent, while there's two storage binnacles on either side, each of which comes with its own dedicated cup holder. That said, 3 doors is never going to be as practical as the 5-door Fiesta. It's a little hard to get in and out of, while despite having 2 ISOFIX attachments, parents with child seats mightn't find it ideal either. The 290-litre boot isn't the biggest in its class, but it's still pretty spacious and well proportioned, while 60/40 folding seats make light work of carrying most items. Both the red and black edition Fiestas come powered by a souped-up version of Ford's 1-litre petrol EcoBoost engine. Despite being so small that the entire cylinder block can fit on an A4 piece of paper, not a joke, it still manages to wring out a full 138 brake horsepower. This means that the dinky little Super Mini has more power per litre than a Bugatti Veyron, courtesy of cylinders no bigger than 2 cans of beer. As a result, the acceleration is fantastic, with the Fiesta able to rocket to 62 miles per hour from a standstill in just 9 seconds. True, it's not quite as leery as the full-blooded ST, but it trades some of the all-out balls-to-the-walls performance for a little more comfort. The 17-inch gloss black alloys are gorgeous but also surprisingly comfortable, while the suspension is a lot friendlier on the vertebrae than the rigid ST shocks. It's also remarkably quiet for a 3-cylinder engine, but does emit a satisfying thrum once you put the boot down. On the road, it's all Fiesta. Diving into the corners with razor-sharp precision, its strong performance is matched with a slick shifting gearbox and incredibly well-weighted steering. With the exception of the ST, honestly, this is probably the most fun you can have in a car with your clothes still on. It's well priced too, with the base model starting from $16,145, more than £1,000 cheaper than the ST and much less costly than the Polo GTI. Match this with fuel economy of nearly 63 miles per gallon thanks to standard start-stop and just 104 grams per kilometre of CO2, and you could end up getting some serious bang for relatively little buck. Everything else aside, the main selling point of a car like this is always going to be the fun factor, and in that respect the Red Edition Fiesta delivers in spades. It looks great, it feels great, and it's an incredibly addictive drive for relatively little money. Sure, 3 doors mightn't suit everybody, while some might be put off by the infotainment system, but for sheer pleasure alone, it really can't be beat. So, could you see yourself in a Ford Fiesta Red Edition? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. To research your next car and find great deals, visit carkeys.co.uk, and to watch more reviews, click on the links at the end of the video.